All right. Hello, everybody. It's Michelle Peavy. Get off your ask, ASK, expert in LinkedIn traffic cop. And today, actually, I am here with Brian Cho. And actually, he has become a really good friend of mine in a very short period of time. And I'm just here to share a little bit about who Brian is as a person, what he does, and what his mission and purpose is moving forward. And I just have to tell you a little bit of a quick story before I get started with Brian. I am an executive recruiter by day, and I have my own executive recruiting business called Remy and Company. And I interview mainly in the oil and gas industry between Calgary and Houston. And I was working on a position with an individual who actually turned down a job offer. And in turn, she started to refer to me names of other people for this particular job that I was working on. I started to ask her, where are you getting the names of these people? And in turn, she brought me and introduced me to actually Brian Cho. And I have to also specially send a shout out to Carlos. I hope I say his name right, Pineda. Mm-hmm. And Carlos was the founder of a volunteer organization called Pay It Forward. And this young lady who turned down this job position told me I belong to this group, sent me a link to LinkedIn, and sent me Brian Cho's LinkedIn profile and Carlos Pineda's LinkedIn profile. And immediately I responded back to them because my heart told me, wow, we live as individuals in this world and have to be a reminder to pay it forward with the knowledge that we have when people are going through transition and kind of some downtimes and challenges. And the oil and gas industry is one of those areas. So Brian reached out to me. Long story short, I went to visit the Pay It Forward networking group. And it's actually hosted in a church in Houston. And the church, when I walked in, I was welcomed very, very warmly by everybody. I sat down in the back of the church and I heard the introduction from Brian, from Carlos, and some of their other volunteers who sit in their leadership group. And my spirit was doing backflips, sitting in the back of the room going, I have to do this for these people. I want to do this. It just gives me shivers. I had no idea why, but I was just obedient and followed what my spirit was telling me. And I got so excited that I didn't want to leave. And I ended up talking to a bunch of people. And then in turn, I decided that, you know what, I'm going to do a workshop for them, because what I do is I host LinkedIn group workshops as well as LinkedIn consulting for individuals, privately as well as specific corporate groups. And I teach people the power of LinkedIn from a standpoint of choosing how to specifically ask, ASK, for what you want by choosing really core specific words and language, and then taking that and moving you into, and me translating my recruiting abilities into LinkedIn as your preferred go-to resource and tool, and putting that in your LinkedIn profile to go get your answers. So I just want to, I want you all to know my new friend, Brian. You need to know him.
Thank you,
He needs
Michelle.
to know you. And I want to send this message out to the world. I have no idea why I'm doing this, but I'm just following it. I'm going with it. And Brian said, yes, let's jump, let's do this. So we're just going to go with it and hey, listen into this, and maybe something might come out of it for you as well. So Brian, thank you for joining me, and thank you for just everything that you are doing. Tell the individuals and the people out there that are watching this a little bit about how Pay It Forward was started, and then a little bit about you.
Sure. I guess maybe I could just start with myself first, just to get that out of the way. So I'm a oil and gas professional of about 24 years. I worked for two companies, Halliburton and Schlumberger for the past 16 years. I've thoroughly enjoyed everything I've done and all the people that I've worked with at those companies. So what I'm looking for next is maybe possibly to work for an oil operator and working as a completion manager. So I'm a very innovative. I have 9 patents, and I love to get involved in the front end of field development projects, conceptualizing new projects or new well constructions. So talking about concepts, So now I want to move to pay it forward because I love concepts. And so this concept of pay it forward networking tours came about from Carlos Pineda's mind. And I always say that he basically had the heart and the vision and the leadership skills and the persistence actually to continue this kind of a counterintuitive program. So when he got laid off from Chevron, he decided to ask all his friends, hey, would you mind inviting me to your company? Because I would love to continue to learn about your company and about continue to learn and be updated about technology. And if you do, I could bring some friends. And so that way you could meet, some friends that would eventually become your client or your employee. And at worst, they would be your biggest fan and advocate. So he started that, and a lot of people didn't respond, but there were several that did, and we started to go on these fantastic tours. They were all, again, brainstorming again. We were basically listening to companies talk about their products, and we would give them feedback, unsolicited many times. And it turned out to be a very collaborative and spiritually uplifting to be encouraged that, companies would actually invite us, and all of us had all kinds of experience that we could inject new ideas to those companies. So other companies started to do this, and we finished, I think, about 45 tours since April last year. And through this program, I personally started to meet some very good friends and highly technical, experts in the industry. And we started to ask ourselves, why not put on these presentations that the company gives us by individuals? So that's when the Pay It Forward training was born. And so I volunteered to host it at my church, and volunteers within the group. And then it started, companies came and wanted to share their message. And so the training has been so popular that we are booked all the way into, I think it's in May now. I just booked the last one in April. So now the church, which could hold about 150 people, maybe a little bit more if we cramp some more chairs in there. So they're filling up now. We've been getting 50s at the beginning, and then now we're getting about 100. And tomorrow I'm expecting about 150 people to show up. There's 187 people that have registered. So
these people meet in person at your church, correct?
that's correct.
In Houston, Texas, and they come on site and it's a gathering, and every Friday. Is it every Friday? Yes.
Every Friday, yes.
Every Friday, and it sounds like you're kind of going to bust out of the walls right now because you're over capacity. It's a great outlet for everybody to kind of get together, to meet and to help each other, because knowledge is such power. Yes, money can give us things, but knowledge has so much power when we get a group of people together. And even from biblical principles, they say when decisions are made, more than two, right? Two and then three, right. And when you multiply, things happen. That's the reason me sitting in the back of the church when I showed up, I just felt it. And I was like, I got to know these people. And right. Just the concept, and now it's spreading across, other places in the world. I'm just amazed with what you're doing.
So we are also amazed, and we know that the God's driving this. The idea is that the best way to network is to network with people that are working. That's why we reached out to friends that are working at companies to ask to be invited there. And then we started to create the Pay It Forward training, which is just a forum so that people could audition and actually imagine the trainer. They are preparing, in the process of preparing for this talk, they have now prepared to become the best interviewee or interviewed. And they basically are encouraged because now they feel more confident because they just, delivered and prepared to deliver, let's say, this talk that they have expertise in. So it's been multifaceted encouragement, and we're trying to create an environment where I usually like to say where working and non-working people meet so that talent may find openings. So we want this.
Say that again, because that's a great tagline for actually what Pay It Forward training stands for. Say it again.
Right. It's an environment where we hope that talent meets opening or finds opening, because we want the commingling. In the oil and gas industry, we use the term commingle to mean a mixture of different fluids, fluid from different reservoir. We want commingling of working and non-working people that are just there to learn. And that's why we have a common ground, which is, hey, we have this technical topic. We all are interested in that. And so common minds that are interested in the same topic comes together. And maybe by serendipity or by God's design, we want talent to find opening.
And talent find opening for me from my side as a recruiter, it includes that as well, because what happens is, what I will say is that when we are in job seeker transition or in business transition, I'll say both because I'm a business owner as well. I'll speak from myself. I got focused in the poor pity me.
Mm-hmm.
Things aren't going the way I want, and I got very stuck, and I went through some sadness and some depression because I had to adapt to a new normal of what the economy was saying right now. Thus, why LinkedIn workshops and training on my side was discovered as something that is very natural and very easy for me, that I do as a user for 8 to 10 hours a day, but did not realize that external people in my world looking in want and are thirsty for that knowledge to use for themselves because there's a pain. And I started to realize, wow, creating a solution to a pain would be me teaching people how to fish.
Yes.
And cook their own meal so that they can take that wisdom and knowledge for them as they move on, because they're going to move out. I'm going in this direction of conversation for you because you touched a little bit about yourself in what you do and what your specialty is in the world of what I do, called I'm drilling completions, and I do all these things, and I work for this company. But we kind of had this offside discussion, you and I, about if and I'm saying this because if there's any private investors or private equity people that are out there watching this or know people, if they were to give you the magic number, and it could be an unlimited amount of resources and money because you are about concepts and you've put all kinds of patents together. When I walked into that room, I saw there were some very talented people, but and the option was you could only choose the people within the Pay It Forward network to be your board of directors, to be your executive management team. Do you have a concept and an idea that you could use from that private investor to put together and would probably move forward with it? I want you to think outside of the box of this is just what I do. There might be some people out there going, wow, what we learn in transition are some other things that feed some pain.
Right. You're exactly right.
The answer to you, I'm assuming your answer would be?
You're right, Michelle. I am all about concept, and I appreciate what you just said. I love concepts, and there's too many concepts in my head. And my dream job would be to be leading a new organization that is working on something brand new. That is the ultimate. Of course.
Do you have an idea of what that might look like for you? Let's put it into the universe.
Yeah. So actually, what I'd like to do is build an app that I can't talk too much about it right now, but it's not in the oil,
right?
Not in the oil and gas, and
okay.
it requires a lot of expertise, I think, and some investment. And I think softwares usually have this problem where you need to build critical mass so that nobody can come behind you and put more money on, into it and basically squash you. So that's where I'm at. So I'm looking right now, and to go with your terminology, my ask right now is to find a patent lawyer who has expertise in mobile applications.
Okay. Do they have to be in any certain area or geographic region, or know a specific geographic region right now?
Well, actually, you've just taught me through this software right here. I could probably interview and meet with anybody anywhere. So okay. I think I'm open, but I like face-to-face conversations. I love to, meet people.
And they can do it this way, on a video they can meet, or in person in Houston, right?
Right. Well, just like the first time you and I met, I mean, we started to almost finish each other's thought, and you were giving me chills, and I could really see that, what we could do together, the power of, helping each other, really truly helping each other. Because actually we've had the idea of, connecting with some very exclusive recruiters like yourself that we would like to build relationship with this. And that's what we're trying to do with a small group called the Highlanders.
Okay.
We're about creating a relationship that lasts beyond the job search. And the people that are attracted to this believe they are effective oil and gas professionals. So if you are an effective oil and gas professional, we would love to meet you. We have very collaborative, creative discussions about how to become the best candidate in the oil and gas market. And we know that the market's going to turn around eventually. And we're aiming to help each other and also maintain these friendships and contacts throughout our career. I still have a lot to give.
And that's what I see in you. And I will say this, what's kind of sitting in my mind right now. It's like, when we talk about asking for a private investor to help us or help you create a business or a concept, for me, I want to take people with me to the top.
Yeah.
I don't want to do it by myself. And that Pay It Forward network kind of just reminds me of, I want to take my friends with me. I want to take those people with me to get there. I'd like to take everybody with me, but I can't save all the world, right?
I want you to be my HR.
Right? So you bring them to the top. So, what I will say around that, and the people that are watching this from a motivational standpoint, I've gotten so narrow-minded in just staying and playing safe and being risk averse and staying in my box of what I know to be safe, to avoid disappointment and rejection.
Right.
But when you have a lot of people that can grab your hand and say, come with me, we're going to be okay, the parachute will go off when we jump. But you have to jump. You got to take that step. Think about your gift zone, your genius, the other things that come natural to you and that you're passionate about. I could talk about LinkedIn and motivate and recruiting all day long and not get paid. Now, realistically, I've got to make money in order to survive, because you have to have money and oxygen for things to happen in life as well, too. It is a given. So, it's just such an interesting conversation. So what I'd like to do, Brian, is hold that thought. So what I'm hearing you say, number one, your ask, and when you ask people out there, you can only ask for one thing at one time. Mm-hmm. Because when you ask for too many things, people hear you and get very confused and they don't know how to help you. So that's my advice from an ask standpoint. And Brian and I have had these offline conversations about asking for that. And we were just talking and he's like, yeah, that is my ask today. So if you are a patent attorney in the mobile app world and I'm just going to even put it out even further, and looking to offer your services on a pro bono basis for the time being, and to help someone who's absolutely fabulous to get to where he needs to go, that is our ask right now. We're getting specific about that. And if you're a private investor out there and want to learn more about Brian and his patents and his concept a little bit further, reach out to us. You never know where this will take you, because this is the Pay It Forward method that we are following. So what I'd like to do with that, Brian, is I want to kind of take it to the next step, and I want to show everybody out there a demonstration in Brian's LinkedIn profile. Because what I do, and are you okay with that, Brian?
Sure.
All right. So we're just going with it. See, that's what I love about Brian. He's so open-minded. He's like, yeah, okay, this is where I say grab my hand and let's jump. And what we're going to do is we're going to let the people out there see a little bit about what your LinkedIn profile looks like. I've already looked at it. I think it's a great example of what a good LinkedIn profile needs to look like. And this is more from a functionality type. I'm going to show you a couple of things, and then also showing you a couple of things from a job seeker in transition, and to discover some extra tools. You may already have that. So if you can just on your computer, somewhere in there, it's going to say share screen.
Oh, okay. You want me to share it? Okay.
Yeah, you're going to share your screen. And now, if there's any files you need to get out of right now, you want to kind of get them out before you share a screen.
Okay. Hold on a second. Let me get to my LinkedIn page, I suppose.
Okay.
Okay. So here we go.
Are you on a PC or Mac?
I'm on a Mac.
Okay. Okay. All right. And then you're going to hit desktop. There you go. All right. So you're going to click on your picture for the time being.
Okay, I lost your video.
Get right into your profile.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'm going to make people aware of something right now, what's going on with LinkedIn. LinkedIn is moving into a new platform. And LinkedIn right now, my numbers may be inaccurate. It could be probably more, is growing very quickly, but they have about approximately 450 million global users. And they're starting to move people into a new platform, which, Brian, you're on. I am still on the old platform.
Right.
So there's going to be, the functionalities are placed in different areas of the platform, but I teach people in your LinkedIn, and what I want you to do is just do a quick, I want to scan. So I want people to scan, and we're going to look at your profile from top to bottom.
Okay.
Oh, you have more views of your share. Wow. Okay, we'll talk about that. I was just like, whoa. Okay, so let's scroll from top to bottom so people can kind of see a little bit about a little of your background.
So this is a photo of the Arctic project that I've been on.
Oh, awesome. Okay, good. Your activity. Okay, there's your experience.
And
And you're going to help me with on the new platform some areas. I know kind of what it's to look for, but it just is in different roles.
right.
Okay. Okay. UT, go Longhorns.
Yeah. Way to go.
I like that. Okay, so there's the Pay It Forward network sitting on there. And if I recall correctly, you're in the middle of creating a Pay It Forward group page, as well as the, is there going to be a business page plans for Pay It Forward so people can know about them?
Yes, we're working on a website that we will link to the LinkedIn and probably have it in some of our cars so that we could basically introduce people to LinkedIn to the Pay It Forward.
Okay.
So
Okay.
this is a special group called the Highlanders Network. If anybody's interested in that, reach out to me. And this is for the Pay It Forward. So you can read about those two things.
All right.
And there's some skills and endorsements, recommendations.
Okay.
And
your patents, I'm glad you put your patents in there.
yep.
Just click on the patents so that people can see your patents right now. So these are all the patents that Brian, no wonder you're a creative guy around concepts. You know, he comes up with different things. So that's absolutely fabulous.
Thank you.
Can I make a suggestion?
Sure.
When you put those patents together, did you work with an attorney?
This was when I was working at Schlumberger, so yes.
So you worked with their attorney?
Yes, the attorneys in the company, yes.
Do they know you well?
I do. I know them well.
So why can't you reach out to them and ask them, listen, I'm looking to connect with a patent attorney that specializes in mobile app technology. Who do you know?
You're right. I should have done that. So I've reached out to one or two, but it's a little bit of conflict of interest trying to work with them. So
all you have to do is ask.
Yeah. So you're right, but I should probably phrase it the way you just phrased it.
Yeah, and let them decide yes or no.
Right.
Just
This
ask.
is me not knowing how to collapse this thing. I'm trying to. Oh, there it is. The
Okay.
fewer. The fewer. There you go.
All right. Cool. So keep going down to the bottom, and then he's following. It shows what he's following in the different. Where's your group pages?
So the group is shows over here. So this
they
is
don't pop up on your profile anymore.
Right, that's right. It's so you got to go to groups here.
Interesting. Okay, I learned something new today.
So these are the groups that I subscribe to. And then I suppose you have, this is my group here, but I don't think
my groups can outline all the different groups you belong to. And again, a lot of the rules are changing within LinkedIn. I know that I probably think you can belong up to 50 groups on a free trial, using LinkedIn for free. There's a lot of people out there that do that. But then there's people that pay for monthly subscriptions as well that can try out the subscription, and then if they don't like it, they can cancel it. So the group pages are very, very, very powerful way of actually kind of getting your message out to the world as well too.
Yeah. So these are the typical ones that I've joined, and it shows. Okay.
All right.
So where should we go from here, Michelle?
Go to the top. I want to show you, go back to your home page, and I want to show you kind of something that I learned, and you may already have it. And if you don't, that's great. If you do, that's great. But go to the very top, and I want you to click on jobs. So for people who are in job seeker mode, this is a really actually powerful way to get your attention and letting recruiters know that you are looking for a job. So what I learned actually from LinkedIn themselves is that I work on myself as a recruiter on my a business premium monthly subscription.
Right.
But then there are called recruiter platforms that recruiters from staffing firms and recruiters from corporate recruiter companies, corporate companies like the big companies, they work on a recruiter platform and they can actually be notified that you are looking for a job.
Mm-hmm.
And it just notifies recruiters. Now, if you were a job seeker, I don't say job seeker, but you're looking for a new opportunity but are currently employed,
Right.
if the recruiters within your company are using the LinkedIn recruiter platform, it won't notify them and let them know that you're looking because the LinkedIn can see that you're currently employed there.
Mm-hmm.
And it'll let other recruiters know you're still looking. So I want you to go where it says, there's a place called Career Insights somewhere in there.
Career
You know?
Insight. I'm just looking for that.
I did this yesterday with somebody. So go down, scroll down, and we'll find it.
Okay.
Keep going, keep going. Because it's an area where you can notify recruiter. See more.
Let me see. Is there something down here?
No, it's in here. It's under jobs, and then there's an area called Career Insights, and then you click preferences.
Maybe it says manage your account privacy. Go to your setting.
I just did it with somebody in this platform yesterday.
Oh, really?
It is,
Okay.
yeah.
So let's see.
And again, everybody's watching this, but that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
In your profile. Update preferences. Click on update preferences underneath there in the top there. Go down.
Right here.
Right there. Click there.
Oh, that must be it. Yep. Okay.
Yes. Okay. See in the bottom there where it says let recruiters know you're open. You have it to on.
Right.
But I didn't know what that was for. So anybody out there watching this, and I'm going to do probably a mini video myself on this, turn it to on and then fill out in detail all of this information because this alerts recruiters in your background,
right.
your skills in your background, that this is what you're looking for. If you have this off, recruiters won't get notified.
Yeah. I see right here too.
So yeah. So you have filled this out probably by default, not realizing what that was for.
No, I think we got some email and, actually I learned a little bit more from you, Michelle, what it's for, but yeah.
Yeah. Also too, if you're a job seeker, you need to download the LinkedIn Job Seeker app to your phone and customize it to what you're looking for because it will update you every day on those specific type of jobs. Now, I'm going to show you actually another trick to consider. Yeah, stay in jobs, and I want you to find a job in there that you might be interested in and click on it.
All right, let's see.
There's one there, technology.
Let me see the one that I saved.
Okay, let's do that.
That I was going to get back to eventually. Let's see. How about this right here?
Okay,
Senior product manager.
Okay.
This posting is expired a month ago, so that's not what we want.
We want an active one, so maybe that senior design.
So how about, let's say, so this, I went to that. Let's just go for the. Oh boy. Yeah, lost you.
Yeah, you just froze. So hit share screen again.
Did that happen before? I've never, yeah.
Yeah, it could be. Sometimes it does that.
Okay. So now where is that?
Want to go to LinkedIn?
Yep, there it is.
That's okay. It's recording like this. These things happen. I'm cool with those. Okay. So I want to show you a couple of things. I'm going to give you some tricks. These recruiters might get mad at me for doing this. But you see the girl's name to the side, Crystal Redmond? Hi, Crystal, if you're watching this. You've got to find a way to stand out amongst the crowd.
Right.
And as a recruiter, of course, recruiters, HR people, they don't like it when you call. They probably won't answer the phone. They want to follow the system. But I encourage you actually to pick up the phone and find out where Crystal's working, which is at this particular company, CMPC. And you can pick up the phone and find out where she is in Houston and leave her a voice message and let her know that your name is Brian Cho. You're looking actually and apply for the design engineer position on LinkedIn. Now, what's going to happen? She's not probably going to call you back. But what it does is you alert her to your name.
Right.
And she probably will go in and search your name, search your LinkedIn profile to see if you're a fit. So that's one way, but it's the picking up the phone, leaving a voice message, trying to get ahead. I'm not going to say it works every time, but it's an option. Now, I also want you to click on See More underneath the job description there. Okay, so scroll down, keep scrolling down. You may have it, you may not, because if you have a business premium account, it'll, doesn't show you. Keep going. Yeah, it's not there. Yeah, so you have a free account. So when you have a paid monthly subscription, what it will do, it will give you some analytics on how many people have applied for the job.
Oh, I see.
Where you rank within the applications, and the ranking is based on your skills, your keywords that are matching up to that job description.
Oh, okay.
As well as their skills that are required that they put in for that job.
Right.
And what happens when you're looking at those skills, usually it'll tell you that 8 out of your 10 skills match to this job description. And what I say is the 2 skills that maybe are the skills that are not matched up to the job description, before you apply for that job, go back into your profile and add the additional skills in there that are matching up so you have a match, 10 for 10. Now, I will say this, you are only allowed to put in up to 50 skills in your LinkedIn profile. So you may have to remove some, like I have talked to some people that have 50 in there and they've been endorsed on those skills.
Right.
So it might be to your advantage, Brian, to try premium for free. It costs you nothing, but what they do is when you try premium for free, you can pick the career. It's not going to hurt you clicking on there. You can click on that career, get hired, and get ahead. Now, this is for job seekers. I also tell business owners you can start there because it gives you something, but you can click select the plan. We won't do it right now, but we can do it offline. And you can put in your credit card information. They're going to ask for that. And what you can do is try the platform out. You get the same features of trying it out if you're paying for it. And if you choose that that's not what you want to do, so 30 days from now is February 26th. Schedule yourself at February 19th, 7 days before, and cancel it if you don't want to use it, and nothing gets charged. But this tells you the features of what you get when you do purchase the monthly subscription. Make sure you select the monthly plan of $24.99, not the annual, otherwise they will bill your credit card. So you get, the thing about it is that you get the analytics that come with it, and it tells you, and that insights is very, very powerful, especially when you're even going on a job interview. You can look at insights and analytics of the actual company, when they hired, how many people they hired, what's the tenure of their employees, and it gives you more information on that company who you're going to meet with.
Right.
So something to consider. See what it says applicant insights right there. Also too, you can only see who viewed your profile in the I think if on a free account, it's only your first level connections for, I can't remember the amount of time, I think it's 30 days, but in this, it'll let you know in the last 90 days.
Okay, so it says I'm not eligible yet.
Okay, so not eligible means that you probably tried a free trial once upon a time.
That's right.
And I believe that you have to wait 12 months before you can do it again.
Yeah, I think I might try that, Michelle. I think it's a good idea to go back and see what features have been added.
Right. So I'm just using that as an option and showing you some tricks that you might want to consider, especially when calling, recruiters and making sure you're open to recruiters as well. So it's interesting because you've got the premium that sits at the top there in your top right-hand corner. Go back to your main profile.
Just trying to show you. I think they're trying to show you what it would look like.
Yes. Okay. But let me show you something. Also, the advantage of this is more of a pay it forward advantage. Go to your main page with your pic and just click on your picture or the main page.
Let's see. Yeah, I guess I need to go to my profile.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So we teach people also, I teach people how to ask. So right underneath your name, Brian Cho, this is what the kind of world we live in. And from a recruiter standpoint, we live in the world of what I call ego, which is title.
Mm-hmm.
And we recognize ourselves as what we do. And we're in conversation, which is great at what we do, because what we do pays the bills. But it's who we are. And I teach people who we are and how to ask for what they want. And so asking when it comes to the world of where you're in right now, it's pressing that you want a job, career, whatever that is. But right now, what I heard you say is that you're asking and looking for a patent attorney that specializes in mobile technology, preferably Houston, Texas, or wherever that may be,
Mm-hmm.
to have a conversation with, right?
Right.
So why don't I encourage you to do that rather than saying, well, completions manager focused on driving upstream innovations? That's great, but you can put that in your summary.
Mm-hmm.
And give them more information. People get scared to change this, and I don't know why. Because you can ask for more than one thing, right? But you can only ask for one thing at one time.
Right.
So
You're right.
you could put that in there as the ask for now. You could also go into and type in at the top in the search box. Let's just play around with it for the time being. Go to the search box at the very top.
Mm-hmm.
Type in, and now we call this as recruiters called a Boolean search. And a Boolean search means it's a phrase, and the phrase can be identified through quotations or brackets. So in this case, we can try both. So put in patent attorney, and you have to play with words. Everything is playing with it. So patent attorney, close bracket, mobile technology, or mobile app technology, and they may call it something. You don't have to put that in brackets. Just leave it open for the time being. That one right there. We may have to go back and do that, but I can show you how to do that later. Mobile app, applications, technology,
Mm-hmm.
Houston, and then
Oh, yeah.
type word Houston. Okay, so see what pops up? There, those are popping up based on keyword searches.
Mm-hmm.
And you can go look at somebody. So if that somebody is watching and it gets back to you, hello, please reach out to Brian. Now I'm going to tell you how I think as a person. My preference only. I like to reach out to people who are yeah, there you go. I just showed you one mutual connection, and you might know that guy.
Yeah, I know him. Yeah.
So guess what? He can introduce you to her.
Yeah.
And people don't realize, just like that. That's the Pay It Forward network also, as well as like that.
Right.
And it looks like she's working for Osha Liang. I don't know who that person is or whatever, but could be somebody you want to connect with. And it's easy as 1, 2, 3, just like that, and reaching out. Or you could go to the person, your mutual connection, say, hey, I noticed you're connected to so-and-so. Tell me what you know about her. I also like to give preference to independent freelancers or small business owners. My preference only. So something to consider, whatever your preference is.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. But so this is why I say you can have anything you want as long as you specifically know the words to ask for it, and you can go to LinkedIn and find anything you want.
Yeah.
But the key thing is not only can you find anything you want, you have to understand people have to find you so that they can have anything they want too.
Right.
So you can type in patent attorney and the word and in capital letters between both, because you're looking for both. So type in the word and, and then hit enter, search.
Oh, there we go. Okay. So these are people that are my third connection, except this guy. I wonder why he doesn't show up as. See, that previous hit, I was trying to figure out what she is in terms of how she is related to mobile. Oh,
okay,
mobile.
but I'm going to show you the relation to him.
There we go.
You and him are in the same group, which is the University of Texas.
Oh, okay.
That's how you two are connected.
Oh, I see. That's right. Yeah.
So I trigger you to that because people don't create discussions, or should create more discussions in their group pages on their ask as well.
Yeah.
Because you've got common connection in something. Common connection could be a person. Common connection can be you're both in a specific group page. Also, that common connection is he's alumni. You guys are both Texas Exes.
Yeah.
So utilize your alumni as well.
Okay. Sounds
So I
good.
can see your head is spinning right now. You're like, wow. It's right there for you to ask, and it's also right there to ask via through Pay It Forward. Is also the method of Pay It Forward in general as a universal term is on our LinkedIn profile through shared connections.
Right.
That's why it's so important to increase the connections in your LinkedIn profile. You can't make a lot of things happen for you if you only have 50 connections. People
Right.
don't realize how many connections they have. I'll show you. So people go, okay, Michelle, great. How do I find my connections? How do I increase my connections then? So then that's an easy question. Go to the top where it says, click on more, because again, this is the new tool.
More? Okay.
What
What are you looking for?
I'm looking for, no, go to my network, sorry. And in the old platform, there's an area, okay, see who you already know on LinkedIn. So what it's going to do, it's going to import your contacts. Click on continue.
Ooh.
To help you add more connections. Okay, click allow. And it's going to import your connections of names that you're not connected to yet on LinkedIn.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I want to do that. Yeah.
Hit allow. Trust me, you can stop this if you want. Brian's like, woo. It's going to go import and search the contacts that you're still not connected to on LinkedIn.
Oh yeah, there's a bunch, I'm sure.
It's going to tell you, and then it's going to ask you, okay, see, you've got 581 people still that you're not connected to.
Right.
And it goes and imports and searches now. See the box with the check mark on it? This is how you can up your connections so fast. You can unclick the ones that you don't want. So we may not want to do it right now for the sake of people watching a video. Or you may just say, I'm going to add them all. You click on add 581 connections, and it immediately sends them out an invite.
Right.
And you wait for them to accept, and you can grow your network that fast. So for the people out there that are watching this that don't have a lot of continue to keep going back to this.
Yeah. You know what? What the heck?
Okay, let's do it. It's just a hey, let's do it.
Let's do it. Let's see what happens.
Jump.
Whoa, what is this? 1,000.
Some of your synced contacts aren't on LinkedIn yet. Invite friends, colleagues, acquaintances, might connect.
Oh, no, not this one. Yeah, I don't know about this.
Just hit skip. Skip. But it shows me you have a lot of connections, because what happens, people kind of go through here, people you may know, and they go one by one and one by one and one by one. It's lengthy, and it takes a lot of time. So I'm just giving you another option to increase the numbers really fast.
Yeah. How many do you have, Michelle?
I think almost 3,000.
3,000, yeah.
And I have so many invite requests that I just can't get to, because it's not just my recruiting business, it's my LinkedIn consulting business, it's my speaking business.
Yeah.
I have a variety of different audience.
Yeah, so let me ask you, do you have a rule on who you accept and who you do not?
Well, I research people, right? I look and I research and I find out what's their reasoning for this. So you can always research and choose if you want it. It's totally up to you. But I'm pretty much an open book. I don't really have a lot of enemies, and if I do, then I don't know that.
Yeah.
You know, another thing that you might want to consider, I just think it's just the power of connections. Your connections, that's how you increase visibility. By other people, by joining hands with other people. I believe in that. So I'm not pretty closed-minded to it.
Right. Yeah, I've pretty much, unless I suspect some kind of some kind of suspicious thing, I typically just accept most of it. Yeah. And there's a lot of people that just tells me, I did connect with you. You don't remember me?
I get that too. We talk like so.
Sorry about that.
Brian, this part was not recorded.
Okay, good.
Yeah, I didn't record after you lost you and came on. I kept the recording off.
Okay.
They've got a just of kind of our conversation more around your ask.
Yeah.
versus LinkedIn. I just chose to keep this private for you and I and did not record it.
No problem. Thank you.
Yeah.
Let me see. So somebody just connected with me. Yeah.
Yep.
Yep. Okay. Sounds good.
Yeah. So kind of quick takeaway for yourself from this conversation.
Yeah, I'm gonna change my ask and be specific for the time being, for the shorter period of time. The reason why I think people put that. Let me see. How do I do unshare this thing?
The
Uh,
what?
the unshare. Aha, there. So I could not see the video of you.
You know what? We are recording. Are we recording? Yeah, we are recording.
We are recording. Okay,
We are
that's
recording.
fine. Yeah. So yeah, my takeaway is that I am going to change my ask and ask specific things for a specific period of time,
Yeah,
because
and
we
you
can
can change
always
it
change it.
anytime. It's
Yeah.
not static. Change it anytime. But right now, that's something that you want. What are you? And that's what happens, in something in the Pay It Forward group meetings.
Hmm.
So let them know. Don't be here just to ask for a job. What specifically else are you asking for?
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm trying to see the power of LinkedIn for marketing, or actually finding what you're
yeah,
really looking for. Yeah.
yeah. And
So.
marketing, posting, sharing,
Mhm.
educating, researching, recruiting, hiring. There's a whole
Branding.
Yeah, because I get people say to me, well, I'm not looking for a job and I'm not looking to hire and I don't know social media.
Yeah. You're right.
Well, it's not just that.
Yeah.
LinkedIn is a place where you can become active. The power of the activity has to come from you.
Hmm.
Just like you sharing the post of the workshop that I conducted for the Highlanders.
Right.
Us getting 7,500 views, we're like, whoa, you want to pay attention to something like that. But
Yeah.
there's something going on there around that. So, I'm just excited and I can't wait actually to host another workshop for the Pay It Forward group. And I think it's on February 26th is the date, or Friday,
February 24th, I believe. Yeah.
February 24th. So, and we're going to choose to actually share this video with everybody. I don't know if anybody will sit and watch it for the length that we're on, but hey, if you do, great. If not, and watch the first part, just reach out to my friend Brian here and see if we can help him with the Pay It Forward Network group, but more than anything, helping him individually himself. And I want to just, again, put a quick shout out to Carlos. I know he's not able to represent this video and this conversation, but I
Right.
know he's with us in spirit, and his spirit carries on and carrying on the message as well.
Yep. I think he's having fun working. So
Yeah.
congratulations.
Yeah.
That's what we're all trying to do. Yeah.
Right. So I will share with you, like I said, the link, and you can choose what to do with it
Okay.
from your side. And I'm just looking forward, Brian, to supporting you in the next steps.
Thank you, Michelle. Thank you very much.
All
Thank you
right.
for your support. Yeah.
I'm going to